Yeah,
So, good morning, ma'am.
very good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. You tell me, what about you?
I am also pretty fine. Thank you.
So, could you
Yeah, sure. So, as you know that I am Anjana and I am connecting to you from UP, district Farrukhabad. I am originally from Kanpur, but I got married in Farrukhabad. And if I talk about my qualification, so I have done post graduation in English literature from Kanpur University. And if I talk about my hobbies, so I love teaching, listening music. Apart from that, I run a YouTube channel. Its name is Anjana's Educational Videos, where I upload some conversational videos because nowadays I am practicing. I want to learn English, and this is my favorite language. And I believe in hard work and consistency. That's
good to know that? Okay, ma'am, tell me that how's your experience so far? Like learning this English language. So, basically, who inspired you?
okay. I am self-inspired. I am self-motivated. Actually, since my childhood, I am very passionate to learn this language. But yes, I'm from rural area. That I'm not from big city. Basically, I'm from Kanpur, but not from proper city. I belong to a very small town. Yeah,
Okay,
I completed my study from there and total Hindi medium. And I
okay,
am the eldest child of my family, and
okay,
I did, yes, so I never got a guidance from my elder, that there was no one elder person in my family, only parents were so much literate that time. So yes, whatever I wanted to do, I was self motivated. I am now also, I'm self motivated, because as I told you that I love this language, and I'm very fond of speaking English. So since my childhood I was very passionate. That time I
okay.
didn't have idea that what to do, how to learn English. I wanted to speak in English, but I didn't have idea. And nowadays we have so many options. Like we are connected with social media, we can learn anything, and we can speak. Like we can create environment. Like I'm talking to
Yeah,
you, so I
yeah.
can partner very easily. Like we belong to UP, so our mother tongue is Hindi, and we are not surrounded with English environment. So yes, I must say that social media is boon for us, that we can do anything, whatever we want to do. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
how. Hmm.
Exactly, absolutely, absolutely right. So tell me, since when you started your YouTube channel?
It's been 1 year. Like last
Okay.
year, 2023, on 14 May, I started my YouTube journey, and I have completed 1 year. Yeah.
Okay.
And if I talk
Okay.
about my speaking journey, so it's been only 8 months. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Because
Meaning you have been talking with people since
eight
8 months.
eight
Okay.
months, yeah, 8 months before I was unable to express myself in English. Yeah, that time I knew English very well, because I have been teaching for a long time. So I was good at teaching, but not in speaking. Yeah, this was my problem.
Okay. Okay. So,
Actually, I had
okay.
some. I used to think that how can I speak English, and I don't know English. I mean, I am not surrounded with English environment, so how can I speak? I used to think like this. Yeah,
Okay.
but now I
Nice.
started
It was
when I
very
started
nice.
believing in myself, when I started believing myself, if others are speaking, so how can't I? That's how I started believing myself, and I practiced a lot. 1 month, like totally, I used to speak with myself. After that, I started talking to person, and yeah, this is how my practice is going on. So whatever I learned through my journey, so all the experiences I share with co-learner, and I upload that video, because I think that if others can listen, they will listen, so they can also use this strategy.
They can get a lot of knowledge by seeing
Of
you,
course.
by knowing your journey. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would like to ask you that what do you think about vocabularies? And when you started your journey, like 8 months ago, did you have any bundles of vocabularies in your mind, or you do that moment you used to do something for vocabularies, for collecting the vocabularies?
Hmm. To be very honest, Nutan, most of the time I remain very busy. As I told you that I take offline classes. Actually, my husband is also a teacher. So we both run our own institute. So I go there and I'm a homemaker and I am mother of one kid. So I have lot of responsibility. So I don't get free time that this is my free time and I'm learning something. Whatever I learn through while working, like I'm cooking, I'm cleaning or doing something, that time I listen English conversation. And when I
Okay.
listen something, so that time I try to grab all those new words and sentences, whatever. This is how I learned. And as I told you that I have been teaching for a long time, so I had my own whatever I have um, I in myself, so that all things I never learn new vocab. But yes, Nutan, when I listen to you, so I have noticed that you use so good vocabulary, better than me. I have noticed some good words you use. That's why I'm very fond of listening to you. And I went through your channel, so I listened your whole conversation. That really you are really better in English, and you use many
Thank
good
you.
words also.
Thank
Yeah,
you for your kind words. But yeah, people say who is like beginner, they have this kind of difficulties that okay, we need vocabularies to
yeah.
express. So how can we learn vocabularies? I want to listen from your side. How can we accumulate words in our mind so that when it comes to use that particular word, it is effortless to use that particular word? So could you please explain something on the basis of your experience?
Yeah, I want to share my experience. Like as I told you, I never learn vocabulary like today I will learn 10 words today and 20 words I will learn daily 10 words I will. I don't do like this because I believe in one thing that if you are learning 10 words daily, so you will forget very easily if you are not using those words in your conversation. Yeah. So through conversation, whatever I learned, like I told you that I most of the time I listen English conversation or English solo videos, English video, any type of English video. So that time if I am learning any sentences, like yes, I can also speak like this. So that sentence, that word I grab, I try to implement in my conversation because it's
Okay.
very useful. Because if you are learning vocabulary that is not useful for your conversation, so you will definitely forget one day. Only one week you can remember. Because whenever we were a student, we passed our college life, we learned a lot, so many words we have learned that time. But how can we accept that all words we have in our mind, we have forgotten all things, right? So I always give this suggestion that if you want to enhance your vocabulary, so listen conversation, listen any sentences. Because if you know sentences, so you can use that sentence in your conversation. So this is very good way for learning vocabulary. Yeah,
Okay, and what about writing vocabularies? If we get to know, if we come across some particular concrete vocabularies, then we can write down. As I think, we can write down in our diary so
yeah,
that we have registered that particular word.
yeah,
In that particular diary, it's okay. And again, if we are reading that particular vocabulary, definitely it will inculcate in our mind because it has happened with me. Writing down vocabularies. Sometimes what happen, we get to know some words and we are registering that word, but at some point we just forget. It happens.
mm,
So I think writing is a very good idea to
yeah.
get
Right.
inculcate
Good
that.
idea. Yes. If you have time, so you can write. And I was telling my experience because I don't have so much time. I don't have time for, studying that thing again and again. But you have time. So writing is also very useful
Yeah,
because you have note down there. And now you will, if you have enough time, so you can just check, you can repeat, you can revise that thing. So that's how
yeah,
you can revise and you can grab those points again in your mind. So this is very useful also because person to person, like if you have
yeah.
anybody, everyone has different schedule, different daily routine. So like I was telling my busy schedule, that's how I use this. that I listen English conversation very carefully, that time I try to grab. But if anybody has time, then writing is also most useful. And if you don't have ideas to express, most of the time people say that when I try to speak, I forget everything, I don't have words. So I always suggest that if you have time, so write first of all. If you want to discuss of any topic, so first of all write, because when we write, we have lot of ideas. Because
Yeah.
while speaking, we have to just create thoughts, we have to just speak. We don't have time for thinking. But when we write, we have lot of time for thinking, and we can create in a very good order. You are born in foreign country, if you are born there where all are is not important, right? But if we don't know accurate English, so it's not impact good,
Yeah.
and we can laugh at you that you don't know that how to express your thoughts, and you don't know right kind of sentences. So that
Okay. Which kind of a grammatical portion we must know to have a having a practice to speak in English? Which is most important thing in grammar to learn?
tenses are most important, because for constructing sentences, if you don't know tenses, if you don't know difference between present, past and future, so how can you form a correct sentence and how can you speak, right? So for beginner, present, past, future is really very important. After that, they can learn very easily all types of sentences, advanced structure, model sentences. Gradually, they can learn. If you know the structure of one sentence, so you can form any structure, and you can understand the helping verbs, right?
Yeah,
So after that,
absolutely.
the use of grammar.
Okay, so one last question I would like to ask that how long have you been in this field, like in teaching field? How many years have you been teaching?
Yes, earlier I told you in my introduction that I love teaching. Even most of the time, no one has this type of hobby that hobby people say that I love dancing and singing and cooking. But I have hobby of teaching, because when I was little, I used to play games like teacher and student game.
Okay.
Wanted to- So I must say that teaching is my part of hobby. Teaching is my hobby. Whenever I have free time, so I never feel tired while teaching. I don't know why. Because if you are fond of singing, so
Yeah.
you feel bored while singing. In the same way, I bored while teaching. Even when I cooking or cleaning, I feel bored. I don't like to
Because
do
it's your passion, that is why.
my passion. And every time I can teach, even at night, if you want to learn something, I can say yes. You can call me. I can teach you. That's why. So when I was completing my BA, that time,
Okay.
I students not I did not take that time, fees payment. It was my passion that the children who are neighborhood children, I used to teach them. Yeah.
Okay.
uh,
Yes,
so
nice.
I completing my masters. That time I joined a school, because that time, we never go to college daily. So yes, that time I used to teach in a college, and fortunately I got married with a teacher. So after
Okay.
I got chance to go outside in a private school for teaching.
It
So
becomes easy. That moment it becomes easy.
yeah, it became easy for me, and continuously I have been teaching. But nowadays, before COVID, I used to go in a school, but after COVID, I quit the job, and now I go in my own coaching center.
Okay, okay. So that means the ignition is within you. The
Yeah,
fire about teaching.
of course.
That is why
Yeah,
you are kindling that anytime.
yeah.
You don't care about the timing, and you
No,
are just, yeah.
I try my journey. I love this. That's why. And
Okay.
you have my short videos that how much I enjoy with my students. Like I teach them. That time I
Yeah,
speak
I have
cool.
seen your videos and I found it very interesting, very engaging. It was. That is
When
why I liked it.
I never think that these are my, I mean, children, that I am taking fees. That's why I have to teach them. No, I never think. I enjoy my journey, and my students also enjoy with me. and I feel always that these are my friends, and so I behave very friendly with my students, so they also like me very much.
And they are doing great. Your students are doing great. I saw there.
Yes, and I will
Yeah,
record.
you have taught very good.
I will also record a session. Students are learning so soon that I am
Yeah,
also surprised that students have good catching power. I must say that
yeah,
we are better than students, and these are their learning age. That's why I have seen whatever I taught them, they just grab everything very quickly. Sometimes I surprise. Sometimes I feel that they are doing better than me. Yes, really. That time I
because
feel
yeah, because you are teaching in a right way.
yes.
It is you. It is you. Because of you, they are doing good. It is
It
you.
may Yeah, it may be, and I think that time I feel very good because it's like an achievement that if students are doing better than me, so it's my
Yeah,
achievement. I
yeah.
feel good that yes, I can do something well. Yeah,
Okay.
this is
So
my whole
yeah,
day. Yeah,
yeah. Okay,
yes,
ma'am. So I think we need to wind up this session. What do you say?
that's sure.